He was just like standing like, it's over.
Yep.
My life is over. I will believe it when I see it. Because they've been talking about this for like, what, 3 years now? It's like he literally watched the movie and said exactly the same
Is there anything wrong with it?
It's just super awkward. He posted, just hear me out, his and her bedrooms.
If you Google your name to pull up your business listing or to whatever, just to see like what comes up each time.
Okay.
There's almost always somebody from TikTok that
has like a similar name.
No,
as
not
me?
even similar. Just the same last name. But it's always some black woman spanking her kid or whatever. The app will no longer be able to be downloaded or updated. It's going to die a slow and painful death. People are going to continue to use it, and then stuff's going to start breaking.
I'm so confused.
That's how it works. Welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast.
So rude.
I'm Andrew. This is Nona. And we're dedicating this episode to a friend of the show. Long time. I've known him for years on social media, at least that is. DJ Flash Davies. So if you're listening to this episode, you're probably going to miss out at the end. You should go to a video platform and check it out. We'll have content, some images, some quotes, some stories from his close friends and family, people that he served with in the Air Force, and people that he met along the way. A lot of great stuff. His daughter sourced a bunch of this for me, so plan to put that all up at the end of the episode. I'm not going to read it off because I'm going to put in the quotes with the images and stuff, and you guys can read through that and check that out. From the interactions that I've had with DJ in some mutual groups, like Drinker Bros and things like that over the years, I hope that this episode that's being dedicated to him now does well for him. I had a more eloquent way that I wanted to say that, but that
was not very eloquent.
No, it wasn't very eloquent at all. So yeah, check it out. Check out the towards the end of the video. Don't know what part of the video. For the audio audience, when we stop talking, that's probably where it picks up at the end. So go check it out on YouTube or Patreon or Substack or Spotify or where else? Rumble or X or
all the places.
Yeah. So, all right, into the story, into the show, into the topics. Nona's got stuff for us today. What we got, Nona?
Well, first, why don't you tell the audience about how you have taken on the role of basketball coach for Cashy Cash? Why don't you give a little insight on that real quick?
First thing I want to say is, if you are a parent...
If you are a parent,
yeah.
If you're not, just ignore this part.
If you're a parent and you don't at least try, you're already taking your kid to practice. You're already sitting there watching them. Mm-hmm. Why don't you want to sign up?
To be a coach or an assistant coach?
Yeah. I'm the stepfather and I'm the only one that signed up. It's not against you.
It is a lot of responsibility. I understand that. It's like herding cats when they're that age. I don't know. I was a soccer coach for exactly one season.
I feel like cats would listen better.
That was before I had children. And even that was a lot. It's herding cats. They don't listen. And
here's the problem that I have specifically with this league and with one practice and one game so far. Okay. Mm-hmm. My biggest issue is that they run multiple games and multiple practices on the same court at the same time. It is so difficult to compete with the volume of everybody's shoes screeching and everybody screaming on the other court and people dribbling, and like the kids just kind of like after a couple seconds they hear a ball dribbling and they just zone out, and you're like, all right, hold the ball, guys, like come in, bring it in here, take a knee, and they're like, okay, I'm paying attention, and slowly I'm dribbling the ball again. And you're like, guys, But it's because of the ambient sound. Like they're just they're like, oh, other people are doing it. They're not paying attention to the people right in front of them who aren't doing it. They just hear it, and subconsciously they're like, I have to dribble. It's sports time.
It's sports time.
Can't stop moving. Can't stop moving.
Well, I'll give you guys a tiny little visual. I'll try to zoom it in so that you can see. That was the first game on, I'm trying to show you, the first game on Saturday. And look at how big Andrew is. And everybody else are tiny little dots on the court.
The more I look at that, and okay, if you're an Ohio State or a Michigan fan, you guys will know what I'm talking about. The moment that she took that picture,
yeah,
I actually don't even know at what point of the game that was because I stood the entire time. So I could have been anything from tip off.
It was about like 15 minutes into the game.
Okay,
and it was the only picture that I took because I was like so intently watching.
So the way that I was standing in that picture, obviously, like you can't really zoom in that far, but the way that I'm standing reminds me of how Ohio State's coach was standing after Michigan won the game. He was just standing still. That's exactly how I look in that picture.
Oh my God. You don't look like you have defeat written all over you.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about the game that just occurred back in November, right? Yeah, where he was just like, fuck.
You know exactly the moment that I'm talking about? Okay. If I remember,
I watched it with you.
I don't remember seeing it in the game though. I remember seeing it like in all the stuff after because that's the only thing that people share right now.
No, I definitely remember it in the game. Yeah, he was just like standing like it's over. Fuck.
Yep.
My life is over. Fuck.
So I guess we should give a prediction now since this episode will come out before that game on Monday. It's the same. I believe it's right after the inauguration or something. I think so. I'm pretty sure the inauguration's on Monday as well.
Are you talking about Notre Dame versus Ohio? Is that what you're talking about now?
Yeah, it's Monday. I believe it's Monday night.
Oh, okay.
Which
I know you're so excited about that because you love both of them so much.
I hope both of their planes crash.
He wants both of the teams to lose.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed to win on Monday, apparently.
A We Are Marshall moment would be perfect for this.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Hey, you cannot wish death on anybody.
I didn't wish death. I just said We Are Marshall.
Okay. So I was actually going to talk about the inauguration for a quick minute, and only because Carrie Underwood is apparently getting canceled because she's going to be singing the national anthem at the inauguration.
Is that what she's singing? She's singing America the Beautiful.
Oh. Okay. Either way, she's getting really?
Yeah. She might do both, but they're promoting it as America the Beautiful.
Okay. Well, apparently all yesterday we're filming on Tuesday, all yesterday, I guess it was announced, and everybody is like canceling her and deleting her from their playlist and all this stuff. I don't listen to her anyway, so it doesn't impact me at all.
They're not.
But the outrage, like I had to go digging to find out why people were so enraged, and I was like, that over that? I'm so confused. Like, you're canceling somebody for agreeing to sing at a monumental event.
One of the big X accounts that I follow, a Mill Twitter X account, he's in like a garage band or something.
Okay.
Like nothing crazy. I don't even think he does like pubs or bars or anything. It's just like him and his friends or family or whatever get together. And he was like, look, if I was offered the opportunity to play in front of the biggest audience in the world,
whether you agree with that audience specifically, it's a huge moment for you as an artist.
The entire world is going to be watching. It's not like the Super Bowl or
I don't agree with the canceling of her. And again, I'm not a fan to begin with, so it doesn't impact me one way or another, but just the idea to cancel somebody for where they are performing is dumb.
So
it's dumb.
These things always come in like waves, right? Mm-hmm. So you have, we'll make this black and white. we'll call it two sides. We're not going to say there's an in between. Okay. What happens is one side does something to weaponize something or makes some sort of move that's super controversial, but their side completely agrees with.
Okay.
Then when it's the other side's turn, the other side imitates it and does the exact same thing against them.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's basically what this is, because for the last couple conventions, I don't want to use the full words and terms and stuff like that, but in all of these events, that's what people say they're going to do, and nobody ever does it. Like they're like, oh, Beyonce was there, or what's his name, Garth Brooks, or I don't know, like if Linkin Park,
or
if
Taylor
Chester was
Swift
still alive,
endorsed this person, so therefore,
yeah. But I do like the trend recently where more rock, not metal, but more rock music has been making a comeback in like main events. Like I don't know who's doing the Super Bowl halftime show this year, but it seemed like they're moving away from the.
It's a rapper. It's oh my gosh. It was the person who was like battling against Drake, right?
I don't know.
Kendrick Lamar, maybe?
Isn't he the one that like got lost?
Got lost. Now I have to look it up.
He got lost. I'm pretty sure he did like
What are you talking about? You're talking about Kane Brown.
No.
Who's a country person.
No, I'm not talking about the guy who got lost on his own property. I'm talking about a guy who got lost at his own concert.
Performing at Super Bowl.
Who got lost?
I feel like it's Kendrick Lamar. I fucking knew it. I knew it. And it was all because of the beef between him and Drake. And that's why he got Super Bowl. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. But yeah, who got lost? What are you talking about?
That pulled up the wrong thing. Who got lost?
The only person you told me about who got lost was Kane Brown. That was like in 2020 or 2021 or something like that.
Not on his property.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
At a concert, and I'm pretty sure it was
literally
the Super Bowl halftime show. He there's a meme, there's a GIF and everything where he's like panicked because he doesn't know where to go.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hold on. Panic halftime show. Man, what's that guy's name that you said?
Kendrick Lamar is who's performing. It's his first time performing at the Super Bowl. He's never performed at the Super Bowl.
That's wrong. He performed in 2018. Oh no, it was college football national championship halftime show.
Right, that's not the Super Bowl, so I was not wrong. You were wrong. Well, okay. Anyways,
hold on.
You've taken too long searching for something that doesn't exist.
This isn't who it is.
All right.
I know who to ask.
Andrew.
I'm going to text him right now. Go ahead.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Is TikTok actually going to get banned?
Yeah.
What is the official date that it's going to?
Monday.
Which is what date? I'm asking for
is that right? 19th?
A specific date.
20th.
So this is coming out Thursday, right? This is Thursday's
16th, yep.
Thursday's episode. Did you see the huge spike in, what is it, Red Book or something like that?
Note.
Something that's that's an actual Chinese app, and then Lemonade or Lemonade, whatever. It's got an 8 in it. It's supposed to be like lemonade.
But so when
and both of them are, that one's actually owned by TikTok.
Yeah, everything that company Tencent or whatever owns or touches is going to be part of the ban. It's called the TikTok ban, but it's not.
And I've been saying from the beginning, which neither of us are on TikTok. We don't even have a he's wrong, she's right TikTok or anything like that. But I've been saying from the beginning, I will believe it when I fucking see it. Because they've been talking about this for 3 years now?
I mean, unless there's an executive order, stuff like that takes that long.
Right. So again, I will believe it when I fucking see it. And he's like, each year, he's like, no, It's for sure happening this year. It's for sure happening this year. It's for sure happening this year. So again,
the law was upheld by the Supreme Court. There's nothing else they can do.
And so many people, like Mr. Beast came out. Mr. Beast said that he was going to sell it or buy it.
He doesn't have enough money. He doesn't have nearly enough money.
And then who are you going to say?
They want to sell it to Musk.
Okay.
That's their plan, is that they want to sell it. I haven't seen Musk say anything.
Okay.
But everything they're saying, we're kicking around ideas to have Musk buy U.S. operations or something like that.
So they have, this is coming out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They basically have 3 days to make a deal go through between the airing of this episode and it being officially banned. So have you seen that there is a movement of workers like me in corporate America or so moving to get rid of Teams in lieu of TikTok? Take Teams, not TikTok.
Right.
We need our TikTok, not Teams. Teams is what is driving down the social morale, but TikTok is boosting.
Microsoft is almost certainly never going to be investigated in the same way that they were back in the 90s by the U.S. government. Other governments might, for their own sake and security, but it's never going to happen in the U.S. The U.S. is entirely too reliant on, like, the U.S. government itself, the federal government, the military, DOD, everything is woven in with Azure and Outlook and Office and Windows. They're never, ever, ever, like, there's not even a viable alternative on the horizon, like a wholesale top to bottom viable alternative on the horizon. Google does a lot of the same stuff, but they don't like cloud only. They want some of the infrastructure in-house. Google doesn't offer the ability to, like, have mail exchange servers on-prem. So there's, I don't know, maybe Google would do something like that one day. Who knows? But yeah.
Okay. As we both know and the world knows, Jimmy Carter recently passed away, but somebody did a side-by-side video of the pastor's speech at his funeral with Meet the Parents. Remember Meet the Parents from like 2001 with Ben Stiller and...
What's the first one?
That's Meet the Parents is the first one.
Really?
Yeah, Meet the Parents is the first one. It's the OG one. It's where he's going to meet his girlfriend's parents for the first time. He's the CIA operative, whatever, puts him through all the tests.
I feel like they missed an opportunity there to, like, for the naming, because it would have been funnier if they did the Meet the Fockers first.
Meet the Fockers was when they've already gotten married or no, they were getting ready to get married. They were actually engaged at that point. And then, they were actually engaged at that point. And then he took her and her parents down to, I think they live in Key West or something like that. But anyways, I'm digressing. Somebody did a side-by-side of the pastor's sermon at Jimmy Carter's funeral and the prayer that Ben Stiller says that first night that they're all eating dinner together when he's meeting the parents for the first time. And he's been put on the spot as part of the test. And it's like the super awkward prayer. Well, the pastor did pretty much the exact same prayer. And I don't know if I'm allowed to share it here, but it's...
You can't play the audio, but you can read it.
I don't know if it'll... But it's like a side-by-side. And they say almost exactly the same thing. And it's super weird because of all the things that a pastor could say for a, I mean, this is broadcast across the world for everybody to see. It's like he literally watched the movie and said exactly the same.
Is there anything wrong with it?
It's just super awkward. It doesn't pertain to Jimmy Carter at all. And
every prayer, sermon, whatever that I've ever heard always says like the same keywords and the same phrases. So without actually hearing it or reading it.
All right. Well, you guys are going to have to watch the side by side or go back to the rewatch Meet the Parents or something. But it's verbatim. The pastor says exactly what.
Is the timing the same?
Yes. And it's equally as awkward. It's like he's been put on the spot, not prepared at all for Jimmy Carter's funeral. But yeah, anyways, I thought it was funny because it's super awkward. And it's like if I was being put on the spot at that moment, and as you can see, I'm super awkward when I'm on the spot.
Well, that's how we opened the episode. So
I know. I literally said, hang on. And he's like, nope, press record.
No. I'm saying about me telling everybody to check out the end of the video for the memories
right, but
of
I
DJ.
had just gotten through saying, hang on, you ignored me, pressed record, and I was in the middle of like fixing my hair.
Of course, because that's, people like that. People think it's funny.
So rude. So rude.
Nope.
So, you follow the henpecked Hal on...
What?
Henpecked Hal, yeah, I'll zoom in so you can see his... You know who I'm talking about.
You're talking about the actual actor?
No, this is the character on X that you follow. Well, he's on Threads also. Like he always
follow this person.
You send me screenshots of his stuff all the time.
That's the actor from that movie where he's
right.
like, or show that's...
I promise you, this is somebody that you follow and you send me stuff all the time.
No.
Yes, you do. Yes,
No.
you do. Yes, you do.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Pull up the profile because I don't know what this is.
He posts this is on Threads, but he posts stuff on X. That's where he has a huge
the same name?
Yes.
Then I don't know who it is.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll pull up our... See, you're making this more difficult.
Because I don't know who this person is.
Yes, you do.
I promise you I don't.
Henpecked Hal.
If I'm following it, it'll tell you that I'm following it. And I genuinely don't know who this... I know who that actor is. I don't remember what his name is. He's the Al Bundy, the football player dad sitcom. That's like his whole story is that he was the quarterback in high school or whatever, right? And was that that wasn't Fran Drescher, was it? Was it Fran Drescher? His wife? Or is it just another woman with another...
Henpecked Hal.
Nope. I would show up right there. I don't follow it.
Okay, well, you send me screenshots of his stuff all the time. You send me stuff of his all the time.
I've never seen this person.
Yes. It's often... Oh my God. You're so annoying.
I've never seen this person.
Yes, you have. He literally sends me this stuff all the time.
You just saw that I'm not even following it. All right. Read the story.
It's not a story. And now we've completely digressed and it's
fine.
And I keep having to like pull out of what I'm trying to read just to show you that.
Okay.
And I guarantee give it like 2 days and he's going to send me something from it.
We'll keep you updated.
Okay. So he posted, just hear me out, his and her bedrooms.
Okay. This has been going on the internet for a couple of months now. It's like they call it like a Swedish thing or something like that. It's like, I don't, does it say in there?
No, that's it. Just hear me out, his and her bedrooms. And then I was going to read the comments, but I was waiting for your response as to what you feel about that.
We can't afford that. That's my response. It's a moot point.
When we first got together, the house across the cul-de-sac from his became available about 3 months in. And he literally told me that was the perfect situation. The kids and I moved across the cul-de-sac from him. He and the dogs would live in his house. Me and the kids would live in a separate house across the cul-de-sac. And he was completely serious. So don't
joking.
let him try and lie to your face and say that he was joking.
I was joking.
Because he was dead serious. I'm actually completely down for this. I would not have said that 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was under the impression that marriage is sharing a bed. Marriage is sharing a home together. Now I think separate states is actually the best situation. Like a perfect example is the kids from Southern Charm who just broke up over the Christmas break. I don't really know their situation. It's a show on Bravo. But he lives in Charleston, South Carolina, and she lives in New York City.
Is this another?
And they literally broke up after 3 years because she doesn't want to move to Charleston for full time and he doesn't want to move to New York. So
is this another reality show?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm just letting you know that actually is like the perfect situation.
No.
Separate states, not just separate bedrooms, but separate states.
No.
So that way he wouldn't just send me memes from the toilet. He would send me memes from like his own state.
No.
But yeah, his and hers houses is where it's at, says the first comment. I'm down for that. One commenter, just hear me out. Why get married or agree to live together if you want, need, desire separate bedrooms? Is it time to just give up companionship until bedtime to have another person in your home? Another commenter, I'm honestly to the point where I think we need separate twin beds. Why does he push the blankets to the foot of the bed every time he's in it?
What was that? It was like, was it religious or something? Like, what was, like back in the day, people did have separate beds in the same room.
Yeah, it was like the 40s and 50s. When was that show? I Love Lucy. Weren't they notorious? I never really watched it, but weren't they notorious for either separate bedrooms or separate beds?
I think I remember why, but it wasn't because they were supposed to or had to or something. It was more or less, it was frowned upon to show that on TV.
Mm-hmm. I could see both, honestly. I mean, we watched Marvelous Mrs. Maisel together and remember how, and it was supposed to be an accurate portrayal of the time, she would get out of bed before her husband would wake up, fully do her face, fully do her hair, fully get dressed essentially, and then just put like her dressing gown on over, then quietly get back in bed, lay her head back, and then he would stir awake. And then she'd be like, oh, I was like this the whole time. You know, it was kind of that idea of your man was never allowed to see you in the unkempt way.
It's boring.
And now you get to see me looking fucking homeless all the time.
It's boring.
My in-laws had separate bedrooms. They're still married 71 years later. For me, bathrooms and closets for sure, but not the bedroom. I can see that too.
If we were married for 70 years, we would live to over 100.
Best thing ever, and my bedroom has an ensuite. His and her apartments or houses again. So that's another person for the separate living situations, not just separate bedrooms. Husband, why does my bedroom have a couch and a TV in it? Because you're sleeping on the couch. I have it. I love it. 12 out of 10 recommend.
Nope.
Sold. Yeah. So basically only one person, and I skimmed through almost all the comments. Again, this was on Threads, not X. It looked like it was posted on X also. Speaking of Threads, are you guys doing Threads? Is this a thing now? He's on X. He's like literally addicted. He's got his face in his phone all the time. Like he'll be talking to me, but like staring at his phone like this. He's obsessed with X. But you're also obsessed with Elon in general.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I just, the things.
But no, he's been obsessed with X since before I met him. I've never had, Twitter or X. I was only on Facebook and Instagram. He told me I had to download Threads when it was created like a year and a half ago because I needed to claim my name or something dumb like that. So that way nobody would impersonate me or something. And then I never went on it. until Thanksgiving. So,
which, by the way,
2 months ago at this point.
I've been trying to figure out what like dumb, weird SEO thing TikTok has been trying to do.
Okay.
If you Google your name to like pull up your business listing or to whatever, just to see like what comes up each time.
Okay.
There's almost always somebody from TikTok that
has like a similar name as me?
No, not even similar. Just the same last name. But it's always like some black woman like spanking her kid or whatever. But
what?
So yeah, it'll say in the actual like page title.
It'll say my name?
No.
Oh.
The page title will say the other person's name, but then in the description it says your name. Pull it up right now.
Do a search of my own name?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I'll, just in case they come up differently on our different devices.
All right. First pulls my business listing on Google, then my website, then my previous employer, then an orthopedic physical therapist named Nona.
Right. I have it pulled up.
Then our
already.
veteran wiki, and then at the very bottom, January 6, 2025, Nona Phelps TikTok. Discover the journey of Nona Phelps and her inspiring family connections. Explore the story behind Deja Phelps.
And more. And it's a black woman standing awkwardly with the camera pointed like
and like
the
ceiling is dirty as fuck.
Smoker's house for sure.
Yeah.
But this stuff comes up all the time.
Luckily, it's at the bottom for me, but still.
It's at the bottom for me as well, on the first page specifically.
That's really concerning.
But what I'm trying to understand, so a lot of that stuff can be done dynamically.
Okay.
So I can change content on the website, on any of our websites or clients' websites, whatever, dynamically based on search terms.
Okay.
So if somebody searches Nona Phelps, but it's not Nona Phelps' website, I can change it. The problem is Google doesn't crawl the site frequently enough for that to matter.
Craig and Paige. I just remembered their names from Southern Charm. Okay. Sorry. Literally just remembered their names. Again, I'm not like a viewer or anything. I just heard about this.
So my theory is that TikTok, because it is crawled frequently enough, at least public content is crawled frequently enough, that there's probably some dynamic content switching occurring to get them to rank for terms that their people are searching for, but there's not actually content created for. Like, it is just throwing your name in there, knowing that people are looking for you, and people are going to click through out of curiosity. They're going to.
So hopefully it'll disappear on Monday.
No, that's not how it's going to work.
What? Then how is it going to work?
The app will no longer be able to be downloaded or updated. It's going to die a slow and painful death. People are going to continue to use it, and then stuff's going to start breaking.
I'm confused.
That's how it works.
You made it out like it was whatever.
The government can't access your phone to delete the app from your phone.
Oh my God.
This is how this stuff works. I thought it was common knowledge.
That is not common knowledge at all. When you're like, it's gonna go away.
It is going away.
On Monday. I thought it was actually gonna go away. Again, I'll believe it when I see it.
So what's going to be funny is
I'll believe it when I see it.
What's going to be funny is that when it doesn't get deleted from people's phones and they still can do stuff, because so the technology will continue on. They won't be able to push updates to your device. They won't be able to download it. If somebody gets a new device, they won't be able to install it. There's some other ways that they're going to go about so there's going to be a group of people.
Will the creator fund completely stop on Monday too?
I don't know. You'd have to read into that, but I'm sure.
Like people who are currently paying their mortgages from TikTok.
Yeah, they'll probably get one last payout, whatever interval or whatever. But yeah, they won't be able to make new money.
Interesting. All right. So obviously we're recording this while fires are raging in California, and we didn't really want to talk about like the negatives that were going on in the world necessarily. Obviously we know that policies were canceled by State Farm in particularly of 72,000.
72,000 people?
Yeah. Right before the fires. But something I did want to touch on, Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag, who are notorious from kind of our middle school, high school era. They're kind of our age.
The girl's name sounds vaguely familiar. The guy's name doesn't sound familiar at all.
They were on a show called, I think it was The Hills. I'm saying that question mark because I never watched it. But I feel like it would have been something that either you or a girlfriend at the time specifically would have watched. But
if they watched it, I would have ignored them.
They got married after the show ended, and they have a couple of boys together. I think they've got 2 young boys together, and she very much wanted to be a pop star. They spent all of their money that they had earned from that show on one song and one song only back about 10 years ago.
So they didn't make very much money.
They didn't.
Sure.
They didn't. And they bought it like a house, and they've just been living in this house, not really making any money, not being a pop star, not being relevant in any, and don't like have a real job or anything. So they're not by any means rich, and they've completely lost their house, as with several other people in the area, of course. But he took to TikTok and promoted her for the last week, and her song is #1 on Apple downloads. And he changed his Instagram bio to married to pop star, superstar, #1 artist.
Do you remember?
And I am 100% here for his self-promotion and promotion of his wife, and just the overall love that he seems to have towards her.
Do you remember when NSYNC changed the description of Bye 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 after Deadpool 3 came out? They said they changed it to the song. I
vaguely remember us talking about this like last August or something like that. It was shortly after it came out.
They changed it to capitalize on the searches and people looking for it, which is pretty funny. I mean, it's smart because people are going to use those specific search terms. What is the song from the opening of Deadpool 3 or what is the Deadpool 3 dance song or whatever?
So and even other artists are now promoting it. Like Diplo apparently just posted a video of him getting
Legos?
Pardon?
Legos?
What?
Isn't that what the big chunky Legos are called?
His name is Diplo?
Isn't that what the big chunky
You're talking about Duplo. Duplo is not Diplo.
Is there any difference?
His name is Diplo, and he's also a musical artist. He was most recently on the New Year's Eve live with Andy Cohen and who's the other guy? The son of Liza Minnelli. But anyways, and he said that he was like high on CNN Live. But anyways, Heidi Montag becomes the first person this year to simultaneously have the #1 song and album in US iTunes. So that's like one small good thing that has come out of the fires that are raging in California currently, which again, we discussed prior that we weren't really going to touch on, not because we don't want to, but just
a new one just started up near a homeless encampment. It's already consumed like 40 acres or something like that.
Wow.
But have you seen some of the videos of the firefighting and then the memes that have come from it, which are hilarious?
Did you see all the arrests from people who've been starting the fires?
Yeah. But
there's like 12 people have been arrested.
There's this video, I saw it and I laughed my ass off. It's a woman that looks kind of like Melissa McCarthy.
Okay.
Like big Melissa McCarthy, right?
Yeah.
And she's got like, oh, no. not even Melissa McCarthy. She looks like the girl from the assistant from Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh.
She looks like that.
Okay.
And so this helicopter comes flying into somebody's big, like a big pool. It might even be a resort, but you can't tell from the angle that they're shooting this from. And it comes in with its little bucket.
And you mean manager, not assistant?
Same thing.
No, not same thing at all.
It comes in, it scoops up with its little bucket dangling from the line from the helicopter, and it picks it up. And then she green screened herself with their little swimming goggles on inside the bucket. She takes them off. She's like,
yeah, I saw that.
Then there's ones where there's like whales being beached and flopping around and stuff from the different planes. And yeah, the chick in the helicopter, though, that one was actually funny. Could you imagine?
No, but the whole situation is devastating.
Yeah. Very.
Very.
Did you see how much money they got? Their little one-time payment like North Carolina got? They got $770 instead of $750. That'll really help.
Wow.
I know. Big time, right?
Still double what Hawaii got.
Is it? I don't remember what they got.
I believe they got 400.
Oh. That sucks. But the thing that has bothered me, okay, everybody, when like AI images were really like taking off in the last like year and a half or so, right? People were sharing them. It's like, can this soldier get a like? And you could tell, like anybody that looked, like the fingers are all mangled and there's a baby piercing through their body. Like this is not
He loves to talk about this, by the way.
The videos are just as bad right now as the early images used to be.
Okay.
And you can clearly tell, like your skin doesn't just like bubble and morph as you move, right? Your skin is skin. It doesn't change.
I can't imagine what you're talking about because I haven't seen these videos.
Okay. So.
But it sounds like a cartoon.
Kind of. It's kind of like bad CGI. Like if anybody that was watching a movie and was like, oh, that's really terrible CGI. But for some reason.
So every DC movie ever.
Sure. But for some reason, when they're like, oh, they're raising awareness or they're talking about the governor or whatever. And they're like, look at this video. There's fires and lava and it's all fake. Like the fires are bad.
Yeah.
But all those videos that people are sharing around are completely fake.
Them,
yeah.
So I don't.
The guys from Corridor, and obviously this is like between some fires, but they were trying to show like a perspective of like how things were. I just watched this a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. And they went up to this mountain somewhere near where they are. I don't know all the towns and cities and suburbs of LA by any means. But they went to the top of this peak and they had like their drones and stuff and they were flying around and they had all their professional cameras and super zoom lenses. And they were showing areas that were burned and like the mountainsides and how you could tell even from a distance what was destroyed and what wasn't. Because almost all the houses have like a white facade. So if you're like scanning through like a valley and if you just saw a bunch of black, even if it looked like the trees were still there, like that's where fire obviously went through and like destroyed the houses and stuff. And you could see some of the ones that weren't. And they were explaining why part of it was and some of the wind direction and stuff. And the thing that doesn't translate between a video like that to somebody that doesn't live there is that I still have no sense of what any of that really is. Like if you were to show me aerial views of Wilmington destroyed from a hurricane, I would understand because I live here.
Right.
But somebody that lives in Texas who's never visited Wilmington is not going to have any idea. They're going to be like, is that like a lot? Is that a little?
Right.
And any aerial view of any area, like when people, even real estate agents, when they show aerial view of a neighborhood when they're trying to promote a house, it makes it look so small. It doesn't convey the scale at all. Like when they fly up and you're like, oh, it's this house. And then it's in the middle. Oh, now it's gone because it just looks like an anthill now. Like it's just, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and it's bad from both perspectives. Like they're sharing it to bash the people in charge, but then they're also sharing it for like fundraising. And like, I'm like, guys, like you don't have to sensationalize it. Like people really are in trouble. You don't have to make it look worse than what it is. It's already bad. And the other problem that I have with that is it's going to desensitize people. When they see in the future another natural disaster, another major hurricane or another fire.
They'll compare it to this and say, oh, well, it's not as bad as 2025 January.
Yeah.
Well, we said we weren't going to talk about it, so...
Okay. Well, we already talked about it, and we're running long on this episode,
I was trying to only highlight a positive thing that had occurred from the negative.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of positive, but we won't hear those stories because they're not good clickbait.
Well, this is only being shared everywhere because he's all over TikTok, apparently.
Not for long.
And so that's the only reason why it has grown so vastly.
Yep. All right. You good? I'm good.
Yeah, you're going to lead us into...
Yeah. So for those of you that have stayed through this far, make sure that you're on a video platform so you can watch the tribute to DJ. And he's a great friend and from all accounts, like great at pretty much everything. He was actually involved initially when we were setting up Veteran Wiki. He was one of the people that I interviewed and just had like a couple sit-down meetings with and talked to about how useful we could make that project and all that. So we appreciate his input and his time on that. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of great stories. There's even somebody posted, and this is really cool. And actually, he sent a letter of recommendation to somebody who was applying for a job. In like the first paragraph, he's like, "This is why you better hire this person."
That's amazing.
That's how he opened the email. And then he signed it off with, Master Sergeant, U.S. Air Force, retired, blah, blah, blah. So it looks like all official and tight knit. And like right there at the opening, he's like, "You're going to hire my friend."
I like that.
I think it was somebody that he mentored and worked with. So
I like that.
Good dude all around. And he will be missed by friends and family, by the show. And hope you guys watch through some of the comments and snippets that will be put in here.
Thank you to his daughter for sending that in.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.